Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Gina. Today we're going to be answering all of your questions now that I'm 1 year post-op. So we're just going to get right into it. I asked you over on Instagram if you had any questions and you guys did not disappoint. Like this is almost 20 questions worth. Some of them were the same, so I kind of just pared them down. And we're going to go over all of them. So yeah, let's just get started. So the first question was, are you working out only or are you just doing your diet? I'm doing both. So I've been working out super consistently since about 3 months post-op. I think at the very beginning, I was not cleared to lift anything, obviously, after surgery for about 6 weeks. And then I started lightly working out, just by like light weights, dance, cardio, walking, that kind of a thing. And then I would say the past 3 months, I've been super consistent with spin classes and heavy weightlifting, to try to like help change my body composition. So that's what I'm doing, but definitely working out is a part of my everyday life. Next question. How do I feel mentally, physically? I am halfway to my 1 year post-op. Congrats on your 6 months of surgery. That's awesome. I'm feeling, I would say, okay. I always say, okay. That's like, how you feeling? Okay. Physically, I feel great. Minus my little cold I have going on still. Physically, I feel great. I can get up off the floor easier. I can, my feet don't hurt. If I'm running around all day, I don't feel the need to sit down all the time like I used to, especially if I'm like having a busy day. Like outdoor yard work I can get done and not have to like take a break in between. So physically, I feel great. Mentally, I'm good. I do find myself like being hard on myself a lot of the time. So that's something I'm working on. Like I should be further along, or I should be this, or I should be that, comparing to other people. Again, something I'm working on. But other than that, feeling good. I think I look good for now. We'll just keep continuing to push on. All right, next question is, how much pain did you have post-op and how much time did you take off of work? VSG in 2 weeks. So exciting. I hope everything goes well for you. So how much pain did I have post-op? I would say in the hospital, not much. So I was offered a shot. Off the top of my head, I don't know what it is. I'll put it here, what it's called. I don't believe I've heard very many people talk about this or if it's offered everywhere, but it was offered to me and I got it. It was a shot that I got pre-anesthesia, like in my back, to help with 24-hour pain management. And boy, did it help with pain management. So I did not feel anything in the hospital for 24 hours after that shot. In all honesty, I felt great that second, like the morning after, felt super good. My pain didn't really start until I got home on, I guess that would be day 2, like the afternoon of day 2 when I was off all the medication. In day 3, I felt the absolute worst, trying to get off like the pills that they gave me, and trying to just like be normal. It wasn't like insanely awful. You can go back and watch those days. I definitely vlogged, I think. I was just tired, uncomfortable, things like that. So not anything awful. I did feel my gas pain that 3rd day, like the end of 2nd day, 3rd day. It was like up, mine wasn't in my shoulders. It was like up here and then like my lower back. But again, the walking helps get that out. But if you don't get that shot that I did, you would probably feel a little bit more worse, just because you'd have that impact of right after surgery feeling that gas, where mine was a little bit delayed. So yeah, not too bad. If you can manage it with drugs, go for it. I took 2 weeks off of work. I probably and I have a desk job, obviously. I work from home. This is where I sit when I work. Welcome to my job. Not YouTube, like my real job. I knew that 2nd week I was going to have to focus on my fluids and my protein. So while I physically felt okay after 1 week, I knew I wanted that 2nd week to make sure I was staying hydrated, getting it on my protein. So I definitely recommend the 2 weeks if you can do it, if you can afford it, if your job offers it. Mine, I had FMLA, so I couldn't get in trouble for taking those 2 weeks off. I had to use 1 week of vacation pay, And then I was covered on short-term disability for that second week. So I only got paid like half of my salary for that second week, but it was okay. It was only 1 week. I could get away with it. So that's how I covered the 2 weeks off. But yeah, if your job allows you to take 2, I would definitely do it. If not, maybe a little bit longer if it's covered. But yeah, up to you. I would say at least 2 weeks, if not longer, if you have a physical job, because I was exhausted doing everything. So I couldn't imagine having to like go to work and be physical. Talk to your work, see what they cover, talk to your doctor, let them know your physical activity during work, and see what they suggest for you. Okay, the next question is, actually there's 2 I'm going to kind of combine. The first one was, what was the most surprising challenge post-op? And the other question was, besides the stall I'm in, what has been the hardest thing to change or add to my new life? So basically, what challenges have I had? I would say the hardest part for me has been telling myself to stop eating when I am satisfied, not when I'm full. Just because, I love cooking. Obviously, I love food. I didn't get to 310 pounds for no reason. I just like food, and I still do, and that doesn't go away. So telling myself that it's okay that I don't finish a plate of food. It's okay if I serve myself 5 ounces and I don't finish it. That is fine. I'm going to live. I can get more food later if I'm actually hungry later on. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's just trying to tell myself to be like, okay, you're done, has been the hardest part. I don't think that's like 100% why I haven't hit my goal. I mean, maybe it's a part of a reason for that, and the other part is who knows what, but it's definitely something I think I can still work on. So that has been the hardest part. Okay, the next question is, how do you mentally deal with stalls? Not well, that's for sure. Like these past couple months where I've been like back and forth, up and down within the same like 2 pounds. Now I'm out of it a little bit now. I'm in the teens now, so I'm out of those 220s that I was stuck in for a long time. Just trying to remind myself that I know I'm doing the right things. There's nothing I'm doing wrong. I'm not eating too much, which is the voice that would come back, okay, maybe you're just eating too much. Maybe I know I'm not. I know, and especially after that RMR test, I know I need to eat a certain amount to have enough calories to make my body function. But I know I know those stalls are just my body trying to sort it out and like being okay with what I've released so far, like weight wise, and just preparing to like drop me down again. So there's really no good advice. It sucks either way when you're stalled, but just know as long as you're doing the right things, you'll be fine. And it will come off eventually, even if I have to tell myself that over and over and over again. We are all there. We're all in the same situation. It sucks, but that's just, bodies suck sometimes. Okay, next question. Do you ever overeat? Well, I think this kind of ties into the last one. I would say not to the point of like uncomfortableness or having it come back up. I've never gotten that far. The only time anything has ever come back up is when I had chicken. It was too dry and I ate it too fast. That was the only like issue I've ever done, and I've never made that mistake again. You only need that lesson once and you're like, okay, no, we're good. But yeah, I've definitely taken like a couple bites too many where it's like, okay, I need to stand up and walk around to try to get this food down. So it's definitely still something, even a year post-op, I have to work on. Next question. Have you tried alcohol? If so, what is your tolerance and how is your tolerance different from before? So yes, I have tried alcohol. I'm not a weekly drinker. I drink on special occasions, holidays, that kind of a thing. The first time I had anything was I 6 months post-op, I think. We went to the apple orchard and my sister got a flight of ciders and I was like, this is my time. I'm not driving. I can try a little bit of cider and see what it does. That cider hit me so fast. I was buzzed off. Like the cider flights are like not that big, right? They're like 4 ounces. And I think I had half of one. So it was 2 ounces of cider. I would say within 10 to 15 minutes, I was buzzed. Like I had never drinking before in my life, buzzed. and it probably lasted about 30 minutes and then it was completely gone. So it went down quick. I got buzzed quick and it went away quick. So, and I felt fine after, didn't like feel gross or anything like that. So yeah, it metabolizes so quickly. It's in, it's out. You have your fun. You have your fun and you're done. So, other than that, I've had like a couple beers, but it's like I literally just sip on them till they get warm, and then if I can get down a half a beer, that's like a good thing. So now I'll buy the they're like Miller Lite, the little short guys. They're like 8 ounces. So it's like just enough to get a taste, to feel like I'm part of wherever I'm at, and just enjoy it. So that's the alcohol I've had since surgery. Not a whole lot though. And I did have those drinks during Christmas when Ashley was over and we had all those drinks. I did get buzzed that day, but again, it was in quick, got buzzed quick, and gone quick. So that's what I've had since surgery. All right. Any hair loss? 3 months post-op, kind of freaking out. Yeah, I definitely had this. I talked about this in my 1-year post-op update, so go ahead and watch that. But yes, I had hair loss from months, I think it was 4 or 5 to month 7. There's nothing you can do. It's what's going to come out is going to come out. The only thing you can do is help take biotin to have that hair start growing back in. But there's nothing you can do to save your hair. It's just a side effect of the surgery. We all go through it. It sucks, but hopefully it's not too bad for you. Mine is starting to come back now, so you can kind of see the growth here a little bit. I think I'm at like 2 or 3 inches. So we're getting back there. It comes back. It just takes some time. Next question, how tall am I? I am 5'5", so not tall, but not super short. Okay. Has your relationship with food changed? No change is my fear. I would say yes and no. I guess it's like it depends kind of a thing. I definitely don't rely on food like I used to. But I still like using it to celebrate, which was like, I don't want to say a problem I had before. It was just something I like to do. So like anytime anything good happened, I was like, yeah, let's go out to eat. Anytime I was frustrated, I'm like, okay, let me go just get fast food because I'm annoyed or mad or whatever. I would say that part I've gotten rid of. The frustration, mad eating, I've kind of pushed off to the side. I still like to celebrate with food. It's a part of me. I love to cook. I love to take care of other people and like make them things, or like if they're sick, hey, let me make you some soup. Like that's just a part of me and who I am. And that's not anything that's going to change. Like when I eventually hit my 100-pound mark, I'm going to celebrate with food, not to like where I'm going to get sick, but it's just going to be like, I'm going to have a little celebration, have a little sweet treat, and move on. You know, you have to do that in order to live. Like, I'm not going to be in fear of sweets and sugar and things like that. I may choose things that are healthier instead of using white sugar and, white flour and things like that. I might change things to like help that fit what I need more than a traditional cake or cookie or whatever it is. But just learning how to adapt. So yes, it's changed. It's just changed in different ways for different reasons. So I hope that answers the question, but it's different. I don't drown myself in food when I'm sad, but I like to celebrate with it. I hope that answers the question. What are your daily steps? Not great. Not great. That is definitely something I plan on working on over the summer. We're actually doing like a step challenge with my dietitian. I like have her as a friend on my iWatch, so she can see how many steps I get in a day. So like the goal is going to be 7,000 steps a day. 10,000 is like what they recommend, but 7,000 you get just as many benefits. If I get 5,000 steps a day, I would say that's a good day for me. Like, yes, I work out. Yeah, I like do things around the house and I'm moving, but like I still sit for, it's not 8 straight hours a day, but I still work for 7.5 hours a day. Like I'm still sitting doing something for 7.5 hours a day. So that's a good chunk of my day. So my goal for the summer is obviously to be more active outside with the dogs, to get those steps in. So they're not good, but I'm hopefully going to make them better. Okay, would you have still picked surgery today over the other options? Not 100% sure what you mean by other options, if you mean like Monjaro and things like that. But yes, 1,000% I would still pick surgery. It has helped me in so many ways. Learning about the nutrition, stopping me from overeating, and just like making me focus more on protein. So yeah, I would say 100% surgery was the right choice for me. Doesn't have to be for everyone. And that's what I say when people ask me. It's like, I had surgery, but not everyone it's not for everyone. But yes, I would still pick surgery. Okay, about to start my pre-op next Monday. So anxious, any advice? First off, congrats. I hope everything goes super well for you. Any advice? Definitely follow all of your pre-op diet rules. I don't know what they are. Everyone's are different, but they're there for a reason, right? You need to shrink your liver to help make the surgery easier so you can recover faster and have less complications. So as much as the pre-op diet might suck and you might be hungry, just try to do the best you can. Drink your water, drink those protein shakes, find something that you can do to get your mind off food. During my pre-op diet, I tried to take my mind off things as much as I could. So I was like packing earlier, making sure my hospital bag was ready, cleaning the house, taking care of outside, getting, playing with the dogs, that kind of thing. Anything I could do to not think about the fact that I was hungry, I did. I would say after about 3 or 4 days, those hunger pains really subsided. So as long as you can get past day 3 or 4, you'll be fine. Okay, how many inches have you lost? Bust, hip, etc. Okay, I went and grabbed my trusty notebook. This is where I've taken measurements from day 1. There's all of my weight for the 52 weeks, and same with my measurements. So there's the first half, and there's the second half. So let's go over. I'm going to get my calculator out on my laptop, and we are going to see. Because I know the overall number is 86 inches total I've lost, but I don't know how much per body part that is. So let's start with, okay, so these are the things I measured. Neck, chest, waist, like where my belly button was, my hips, each thigh, and each arm. So let's start with, okay. So my neck was 15.5 at the beginning, and this morning it was, so I lost 2 inches on my neck. Pretty good. I have like an actual chest and neck now, which is nice. My chest, which I posted a picture to my Instagram this morning on how many inches, 11 inches in my chest, gone. Crazy. My waist is, I think this is probably the biggest, 13 inches on my waist. And then like my lower tummy, which is still my problem area, is, let's see, 58. Oh, 17 inches. That's where I've lost, interesting. That's where I've lost the most so far. And that's still my what I think is my worst body part. All right, 17 inches around my belly button. That's awesome. Okay, my hips, 3 minus, so 12 and a half around the hips. And then collectively, let's just say, okay, my thigh, 11 inches from my left thigh, and 11 and a half on my right thigh. Dang. And then my arms went from, let's see, 16, 12. So almost 4 inches on each arm too. So that's a lot of inches for sure. And especially like, oh wait, I got to do this arm because you can't tell. But I do I have like muscle growing. Isn't that fun? I never thought I would have that. I still have this, but this doesn't bother me as much. Like I don't really care that much, especially on this arm because I have all the tattoos, so it doesn't even matter. But the tattoo transformation is also, I'll throw a picture up here of the tattoo transformation. It's crazy to see how they've moved. Not physical, like my skin has just shrunk. So like, I think this tattoo used to be way up higher, and now it's like further back around. So I have a good picture of an example of that. I'll put it here so you can see, but it's just crazy how the skin moves. Okay, so those were the inches that I've lost. All right, actually, last question. What, and this is from Cindy because she messaged it to me and didn't put it in the box, Cindy. You have to follow the rules or else I'm not going to answer. Just kidding. All right. What is the one thing you would have done differently? What is the one thing you would have done differently? I would have not had a food funeral. I would have tried to clean up my act a couple months prior to having surgery. I was so worried that I wasn't going to be able to eat the things I wanted to eat. I was just like, give it all to me. Give it all to me. Now, while I didn't gain anything during that time, I basically remained the same. I was like 306 still. I could have been more ahead than I am now, right? I could have lost 15 pounds in those I didn't have surgery till April. So if I would have got my act together after my first appointment with my surgeon in early February, I could have easily lost like 15 to 20 pounds. And I didn't, because I chose food over that, because I was like, this is it. This is the last time. No, I can still go eat a cookie if I want it. Like, should I? Probably not, but I can still do that now. But back then I didn't see that, like I didn't know what it was going to be like on the other side. So I would say, do not stress about not being able to eat what you want. You will be, as long as you've done the head work to know that you don't need mass amounts of things. And if you can, keep things in control, you can still have the things you like in moderation. So that would be one thing I would have done different. I know everyone says, oh, I wish I would have done it sooner. Like, I wasn't ready to do this 2 years ago. Like, I would have failed. So I'm glad I waited until I did to have surgery, but I wish I would have got my act together maybe a couple months before surgery. And then instead of me hanging out at like 220 for these past couple months, I could have been hanging out at like 200, getting to that 199. But because I didn't do the work before surgery, I don't want to say I'm paying the price. Like, I could have been further along is my end goal. So that's what I would have done differently. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I answered all of your questions. If you have any more questions, you can always feel free to reach out over on Instagram at Gina.VSG or leave a comment below. I'd be happy to answer and chat. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for making my 1 year so special. And I just love having you guys all here and cheering me on. And I love that I can cheer you on with your surgeries and we can chat about everything. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.